Welcome to the Stellar Zone. Stellar Sales Alliance is your manufacturer's representative group with solutions for growing your business. Serving the pool and spa industry for over 30 years. We will achieve your sales goals that were once out of reach. Enter the new decade with your stellar team.
Welcome to the Stellar Zone, everyone. My name is Chris Clayton.
And I'm Fernando Barragan.
And we are the hosts for today's podcast. This episode will be available on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and can be found on audio format on Anchor, SoundCloud, and Spotify. Today's guest is Resh from Piranha Pool Products, the makers of the Power Poles. To overview, today we'll be discussing telepoles, leaf nets, and brushes offered by Piranha Pool Products. Fernando?
All right, so welcome to this episode of the Stellar Zone. I really appreciate you being here today. One of the things that I wanted to do, Eric, is just ask you a few questions, and then we'd love to know a little bit more about Piranha Pool Products. Can you first tell us about yourself?
Sure. I come out of the pool industry, the service side. I was a pool man for a good 10 years. I'm in Southern California, so we have a year-round market out here. And a few years into pool maintenance, I started making nets. If you're familiar with Southern California, there's North Orange County, which is full of eucalyptus trees, like hundreds of thousands of them. And every one of them drops 1,000 leaves a day, and all my pools were right there under them. So I wound up trying to figure out how to get the leaves out a little bit better and thinking about the tools. And so that's how we got started. We originally made nets. We started with our first product, which was the Smart Net. It was beautiful. It was all stainless and had the real nice scooping edge that we also have on our Piranha products. And that Smart Net was our premier item there. And it was really nice. And just like the Piranha, you can get anything off the bottom with it. That one was all stainless, so we wound up running into cost issues and other things, and transitioned over to the Piranha, which has been even more successful. So now we're known for Piranha Pool Products, even though we started off as a smart company with the Smart Net years ago. So some people know us as both now.
So Eric, what does the word smart stand for?
It's, well, in the service industry, it's about, the idea is time is money. So SMART, S-M-A-R-T, was an acronym for save money and reduce time. And the whole idea was you get in there and you get out, and you're saving money if you keep moving. In fact, our Piranha Net, one of the logos says net and jet. And that was one of the things that we used to, kind of the terms that we used to use in our IPSA groups, like, man, you're in and you're out, you get a net and jet. So a couple of these terms that we have that are in our logos and things come from the service side of the business.
Yeah, and you guys have done a phenomenal job with your products. I mean, you get great reviews all over the place. Every time we do a trade show, your booth is always filled up. And I know that you guys are at it as a family business 100%. Can you go down the line, just tell us a little bit about your most popular products?
Sure. The one that's most commonly known, it's been around the longest, obviously, is the Piranha Net. And we have the original Piranha Net, which everybody's been using since the mid-90s, so a few decades almost. And that comes with the different bags: a deep bag, a quick flip, fine mesh, and a regular, and then we have a wide mouth. And most people are familiar with those products. Some newer versions of that net are the Piranha 2. And what we've done is we've extended the scooping edge on a little bit, made it a nice smoother scoop, and kind of beefed up the bar a little bit. So it's a more heavy duty version of the original Piranha. So a lot of guys are using the Piranha 2 and they really like it. It's for somebody who really wants to be able to shovel leaves out and have a long lasting net, especially on a surface like PebbleTech or something that's going to really be abrasive. The Piranha 2 has an even kind of thicker, more extended lip on the front to help it last longer and to work better. So that one's gaining a lot of popularity. And as far as nets go too, a lot of people have retail stores and they want to resell product that's of the caliber that a pool man would use, but a slightly better price point. So our Stingray products are all geared towards that market. Of course, it's interesting because we have the other popular products are poles, and we have Piranha poles. And since I mentioned Stingray, I'll come back to that. We also make a Stingray pole as well. But the Piranha pole, this is something I came up with. You know, I realized there's just got to be a better way to make a pool pole. And after using them, you know, I mean, we in this industry use these things constantly, these poles. And I felt there had to be a better way to do it and to make them stronger. And that was kind of my thinking behind our nets and all of our products. So I came out with this Piranha Pool pole, which we call it the Power Pole. This thing is, as most people tend to know these days, it has a lever lock, so it engages. It's a nice positive lock. It doesn't have the twist lock in it that could slip and that could maybe give way and land you in the pool when you're not expecting it. So, this is a real popular item, and I have to really stress something here. Our poles are reinforced. Okay, so this upper tube on the Piranha, I can hold it up a little bit so you can see near the camera. And I'll show you something else too. That we have a reinforcement wall behind this hole here, all the way down the length. And so if you were to look at the cross section of that hole, you can see that little kind of rounded wall. We have a patent on that. So we're the only ones who can make a reinforced lever locking pool pole.
That's excellent.
And yeah, it's fantastic. And that's why ours lasts so long, because if you have a hole in it and there's nothing reinforcing it behind the hole, well, that hole's your weak point. It's going to tear and break right on it. So that additional wall gives it the strength, as well as the channel shape on the bottom that you can kind of see there too. These are all reinforcing the tube, this upper tube, and making them the strongest poles on the market. So that one's a real popular item, and the Piranha is our commercial line. It's geared for pool men, and it's made to be as tough as we can because we beat them up daily. But there are ones who want a lighter pole too, and so that's where the Stingray comes in. And we originally put this out, like I mentioned, for homeowners because you can get a better price point, but it's such an awesome product, and it came out so nice that a lot of guys want to use it during the season when they have maybe less leaves in the pool, or they're just looking for a lighter pole. It's also reinforced, just like the Piranha. You can kind of see that in the hole there. It's also reinforced, and it's actually everything's exactly the same: the mechanism, the lever, the grip, etc. It's just that the tubing itself is a little bit lighter, so that it feels lighter when you're working with it, and it gives a slightly better price point. So this is also becoming, as you probably are seeing, really popular because people like our lever lock. They like the reinforced pole, and they like the fact that they get one that's a little bit lighter. So speaking of reinforcement then too, because one of the things that I'm constantly thinking is that we have to make these tools better and stronger. And coming on the service side, I know how much it frustrates us when they bend. I also have another reinforced pole, and you can see just down, kind of aim that down the camera there. You can see that this has a reinforced, a set of reinforcement walls, and they run all the way down the whole length of the tube. So this thing is really strong, and it stays really straight. On my old phone, and I'm gonna have to somehow get it downloaded onto a newer device. I have footage of driving over this thing with my F-150, and it didn't even ding it. That's how strong that shape is. And it doesn't add a whole lot of weight to the pole, but man, it makes it a lot stronger. So these are new. They're the traditional twist lock poles. They come with the single cam, and then they come with a double cam as well, where it will twist. That's your single, and then it's got the second twist cam on the outside for those who like a secondary lock. And you'll know you're getting the right pole if you look in the end of the grip. You can see that reinforcement right there in the end of the handle. So those are new, and they're becoming more and more popular as well. The parts that we have on them are replaceable. The Piranha and the Stingray pole both take this little lever, and you can get it as a kit. It comes with a brand new lever and a spring, and then there's a little holding pin inside. And maybe after a year, you might find that if you push on the pole, it might seem to slip on one of the holes and miss one. And the solution to that is just to put a new lever in. That just means a little pin over time wore down a little bit. So it's an easy replacement. It'll take you just a few minutes, and you put it right in. And likewise, we have the grips that are replaceable as well. And the grip kit comes with new screws to mount the grip on, because we also, unlike anybody else, we also mount the grips on there, because there's nothing worth nothing flying off and then you lose it. So we mount ours, and it comes with new screws, and it comes with a couple other little items to help the pole work, like a stop or a lever spring. So these are all available separately too then. So we try and make replaceable parts, try and make the good stuff the best we can. And we have some brushes too, I just realized. So the brushes are unique as well, because, and I think you can kind of see it with this angle, there's a curve, and that curve enables us to flare these bristles out. And so that helps you get a little further into the corners. And unlike the other brushes, we not only curve them, but they're also cut straight across, so you get full floor coverage or wall coverage from one end to the other. The other ones, they go straight and then they bend and they go up, and you lose that coverage. So this is real nice for getting a nice wide swath brushing. And again, it comes with two little bristles come out so that they can kind of reach into corners, like maybe where the step meets the floor. And this is a 20-inch. We make a little 10-inch, and we make a 26-inch. This one is a combo bristle, so it has both nylon and stainless in it. We have just straight nylon and just straight stainless in all three sizes, 10-inch, 20-inch, and 26-inch. But even the other kind of amazing thing about this is the back bar here is all cast aluminum. I'm a pool man. I have to be able to speak to this industry and say I really made it my best. And you know, there'd be no pulling the wool over anybody's eyes if I didn't. Everybody would know. Yeah, this industry is awesome. Everybody's very honest, and they all certainly know if you've got good product or not. And I'm trying to make the best. So I believe that's just about everything that we have at the moment.
That's great. Eric, thank you so much for showing us all those wonderful products. You guys have done a great job with all of the engineering. It's a family-owned business, and we really, really appreciate it. Thank you for joining us today in the Stellar Zone. We wish you all the best.
Hey, it's an honor. Thanks for having me, Fernando.
Thank you. Chris?
Take care.
Eric, thank you for going over the Piranha Products line with us today. We appreciate your time and your knowledge. To review, here are the key features of Piranha Products line. They offer the Stingray lever lock, which is a light-duty tail pole for residential use, offered in green. They also offer the power pole lever lock, which is a heavy-duty tail pole for commercial use, offered in red. Both poles come with a replaceable grip, rear channel with glide prevents water, come with a replaceable spring, and extra holes to ease tool attachment. We also have the Eliminator Series power pole, which is extra heavy-duty for commercial use, and has a single lock and double lock, and is micro extruded with interior reinforcement. We offer the Stingray Series Net in green and the Piranha 2 Pro Series Net in black, all made in the good old US of A. They both come with a scooped lip for picking up small debris, and you can have replaceable bags and replaceable lips. Piranha brushes come with flared ends for cleaning corners, and a single extruded handle for preventing cracking at the screws. All of the bristles are available with nylon bristles, stainless steel bristles, or combo bristles. Thank you everyone for joining us today. Stay tuned on social media for our next episode of the Stellar Zone. Stay safe and stay healthy.